What is going on, warriors and farmers of Tamaris? Back again with another video. Today gonna show you guys how to prepare for the brand new update that is just right around the corner. The game developers have released the patch notes and this update is looking hot. Today gonna show you pretty much a lot of the good stuff that you need to prepare. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe, share the video with your friends, and let's get started. Alright, warriors of Tamaris, new update, new introduction, many new cool stuff coming to the game. We are entering the season of strife, calling of courage. Right now, people are just waiting for this thing to get started. We don't have a lot of information here yet. However, the game developers have released the brand new patch notes and the update is gonna show up on the 10th. So one day before we get the results of the season of strife. Now today, gonna show you guys how to prepare, how to get your account ready. Now the first thing we're gonna talk about is the farm account. The game developers have made it so that you have like a 2 billion resource transfer limit per week, which means you can create a bunch of farm accounts and use them to fuel your main account. Now a lot of people don't like this change, but for me I think it's a good thing. It is going to improve the game. Now in the past, a lot of free-to-play and low spenders were suffering because of low hospital capacity. As you know, for the free healing, your hospital capacity is dependent on whether you have T5 and whether you have a lot of T5. So all those Kraken players were getting like 2 million free elixir healing per day. And then all the free-to-play were getting like maybe 400,000 elixir healing per day. Do you guys think that is fair? Absolutely not. At least right now, with the introduction of farm account, you can actually collect resources without spending your money. So the more farm accounts you have, the more resources you send to your main account and the longer you're gonna fight on the field. Now the good thing about this system is that in Call of Dragons, we still have the stamina system. This is going to prevent people from fighting for forever. Those accounts that are like on autopilot, where like people share their account, whatever, and then other people fight for them, they are still going to be limited by stamina, which is a good thing. In case you didn't know, we still have like 1 day of migration left before the migration closes. So before you like migrate into a new server, you should try and create maybe 2 accounts in that server first and then move to that server. Because if you create an account in the server, if you move into the server, you can only create 1 account. You will then have to migrate your other accounts into that server. But if you create 2 accounts in the server before you move, you can migrate your main account there and you'll have 3 accounts in that server. It could save you some migration problems. Plus, to migrate, you need to push your account to level 16. As of right now, I migrated 1 account here. Unfortunately, I didn't create anything. I only have 1 farm account here as well. I tried to move my other accounts, which were level 8, but it did not work. I need to push them to level 16. And I only have 1 day, and that's not going to be possible. So this season, I am stuck with just 1 farm account in our server. So that is something you can do right now if you haven't migrated yet. You should use your main account to like build your farm account, send resources from your main account to your farm account and build it. Let it be ready so that it starts fueling your main account later on. Resource healing is going to be awesome. I think it's a good change for the Call of Dragons. It is very good. You're going to be fighting for a long time. You don't need to spend money. You can just gather and fight for as long as you want. The next topic of the video is going to be about 2 new gathering heroes that are coming to the game. If we go over here, game developers made an announcement saying that they will be adding 2 new heroes in the game. And those heroes are going to be gathering heroes. So my game is just glitching right now. What is going on? Okay, so we are here and the developers released a message here. Why is this thing glitching? What is going on? Okay, if you look at this message the game developers sent in the game, they say that they will be adding 2 new gathering heroes. We are excited to announce that 2 new gathering heroes will be added in update 1.0.29. So here is the key, guys. Right now we are in 1.0.26. We are entering 2.7. We will get 2.8 later on, and then 2.9 we're gonna get 2 new gathering heroes. So you should prepare for these gathering heroes by saving. your gold keys. Save as many as you can, you know, because those two gathering heroes, one of them might be legendary. And you know, if it's a good legendary overall hero, you could push it up significantly and have that hero ready to fight for you. So this is something you should do. Just save your gold keys for when that time comes. The next way to prepare for the new update is to look at the war pets in the game. The game developers are going to be making some new changes. Let's go to the pet compendium and then we point out some stuff that are going to be changing. We're going to scroll down. So we have a forceful fierce attack. This skill will not be captured from the map. They are going to put a 3-star version in the crystal store at the end of the season. Keep that in mind. Now they said a little something about variable chain strike. I think they made a mistake in the patch notes. I think the game developers meant wild chain strike. So in the patch note they said steadfast chain strike is gonna be moved to the crystal store. As of right now, we already have a steadfast chain strike in the crystal store. Therefore, I think the devs made a mistake and they meant wild chain strike is gonna be moved to the crystal store. So if you have a few copies of wild chain strike right now, you should keep them. Otherwise, you're probably only gonna get them from the crystal store. So that is something to keep in mind. Now another skill that's gonna move to the crystal store is going to be the wild counter strike. So make sure you save a copy of this before the new update, because you might have to wait at the end of the season to get them. So these are some of the war pet skills that you need to know. Oh, and one more thing. They have said that you will be able to upgrade these skills directly from the store. So right now I have 4 pain blooms. Maybe if I get one to make it 5, I can turn it into a 2-star. I think that's how it's gonna work. So let's wait and see. I have these 4 resonance here. When I get one more, it's 5. I can upgrade it to a 2-star. I have, what else do I have here? Nothing much. I have 5 chain strikes. Okay, so all of these 5 chain strikes, I can upgrade them into a 1-star chain strike straight from the compendium. So I think that's the change that's gonna be coming to the game. So again, if you have wild chain strike, you need to keep it for now. It might be moved to the end of season rewards. So you gotta watch out for that. Another thing to keep in mind is that the game developers are going to be removing long-range warfare for the season of strife, which means your archers are gonna lose that range of where it is equal to the mages. On the contrary, they have decided to buff the march speed for the archers. I think this march speed is gonna go up just so that they can move a little bit faster and get closer to the mages. So this is one of the new changes that's coming to the game. In terms of in terms of troop training, I think you should train a lot of infantry, because infantry is going to be deciding who wins the war. It's gonna be whether your alliance have more infantry or the enemy have more infantry than you. The ones with the most infantry is the one that's going to win the war. So this is something you gotta keep in mind. Mages are gonna be useful again once more, like they have been before. Last season, long-range warfare was destroying mages for breakfast, lunch and supper, and now the tide is going to change, because infantry are gonna block all of those archers and the mages are just gonna eat from afar without being touched. They'll only have to suffer counter attack. However, if you use 2 special mage marches in the game, your mages will last long on the field. And who are those special mage marches? Lilia and Thea. Thea has some good defense. She's gonna help you against counter attack. It's the reason she gets a lot of merits on the field. And then you have Tohar and Bertrand. Bertrand and Tohar. Tohar has the unyielding, which lets him take less counter attack. So this should be very, very useful against those archers. You're gonna block those archers with your infantry and then just feast on them from long range with Tohar and Bertrand, and Lilia and Thea with those shields that just help you take less counter attack. So these are the things that you should keep in mind. Think about how you're gonna invest in the next troop for the next season. With all of that out of the way, let us go straight to the update patch notes and talk about some stuff over here. I'm not gonna go through everything. We're just gonna pinpoint The main points, the best things that we need to look at. The update is gonna show up on the 10th of this month, so you should be ready. Now it's called the Season of Strife. We will be getting a brand new map for that season. So first of all, let me elaborate more on this. So when we're gonna fight, we're gonna be placed into camps. The number of camps is going to be 4. So how is this gonna work? Multiple alliances can be in a camp. So let's say you hate one of the alliance that you fought with in the past. There is a high chance the game is gonna put you guys together in the same camp and force you to fight together as one. So that is something you gotta know, because right now NA could be able to team up with Noir to fight other people. They're gonna be putting a bunch of different alliances in each camp to balance out the power. You could have TFS and Echo in the same camp, getting ready to fight Noir and BXS in the same camp. So that's how it's gonna work in this Season of Strife. You just wait and see. Oh, one more thing. I think they need to put BDO and is it MILF in the same camp? That's gonna be ridiculous. I wanna see how they're gonna work that out. Getting back to the update patch notes. We have a bunch of different things coming to the game. You will be able to use skills from other heroes on your heroes, which is a pretty good thing. That's what we see over here. We're gonna keep scrolling down. We have something like Eve of the Crusade in the Rise of Kingdoms, where you do a bunch of different stuff in the first week before you enter the KVK, which is what they just covered over here. We're gonna get a new Behemoth, Miasma Giant. I feel like we're gonna be fighting the Frost Giant at the end, because everything looks so icy in this Season of Strife. So Miasma Giant is gonna be one of those Behemoth, and then for the end we might fight the Frost Dragon. Now Tomes of Wisdom is gonna be a brand new event that's just gonna come to the game. We have the Automaton raid making its way back, which is pretty nice. We move on to a smoother route to prosperity. 2 new legendary heroes coming to the game. They're gonna be Cavalry, Mr. Urag, who is Cavalry PvP and skills from the Lucky Spin and Wheel of Destiny. And then we have Tobin, Cavalry, Rally and Tank. This is going to be interesting. I am so excited because I can build 5 Cavalry marches and they're gonna be stronger. You should be on the lookout for my next Cavalry guide. It should be an epic one. And then we're gonna get 2 new legendary artifacts. The first one is gonna be Wolf Howl Horn, Cavalry PvP Assault. I think this is gonna be something like a Spring Blade. Yep, it's gonna be something like a Spring Blade, and maybe, let me see, how is it gonna work if I am to guess. Maybe your cavalry is gonna be walking around and doing damage while it walks around. So yeah, this should be fun. It's just a guess, I don't know. And then the next one is the Mana Stone Hunter. It's an all-rounder, available from the Universal Artifact Compendium, so everybody can get their hands on this artifact. Will it be an artifact for collecting Mana Stone? I don't know. It's gonna be a legendary artifact, so you're gonna get it from the Artifact Compendium. Save some of your keys right now. Who knows? You could pull it off. Continuing with the update, we have the new feature, which is the Exchange House. We're gonna have more ways to exchange stuff. I don't know how this is gonna work. We'll just have to wait and see. It says you can sell resources and get some gems as well. I don't think you're gonna be getting a lot of gems. Maybe they will cap it off at 1,000 gems per week. So yeah, keep that in mind. And then Alliance Market, replace and upgrade it. Okay, that's where you're gonna find this building. Okay. And then we have Warped System. We already talked about some of the stuff here. Let's see. They increase the number of sources for certain Warped skill cards. When refreshing talent skill cards at the Merit Store, Crystal Store and Exchange House, more types of skill card will appear. So you can now get talent skills from the Merit Store, Crystal Store, which is just awesome. Now when they say Crystal Store, I think there will be maybe 2 or 3 star talents. This should be awesome, guys. So at the end of the season, you will have many different things to purchase from there. Let's just wait and see. This is going to be exciting. And then they say change the sources for 3 Warped skill cards. Advanced Counter Strike, previously Wild Counter Strike. Advanced Fierce Attack, previously Forceful Fierce Attack. And Advanced Chain Strike, previously Steadfast Chain Strike. I think what they meant here, this is previously wild chain strike. If I'm not mistaken, they probably need to fix this. We already have this skill in the crystal store, so why are they changing it again? This is going to be the wild chain strike. I think this is what they mean. And then you'll also be able to get, like, you know, outburst of rage from the map. You'll get fatal bite by capturing pets, an outburst of rage, light guidance, magic pulse, elemental harmony. All of these are just good war pet skills that are gonna improve your pet significantly. I cannot wait to get my hands on fatal bite and outburst of rage. These two are gonna be awesome. For my Syndrion and Freyga, yep, this is gonna be good. We don't really see any new pets mentioned over here, which means the Sand Lizard is still the undisputed champion for Magrat and Zeta. And then we go adjusted the price of some war pet skill cards. We'll just have to wait and see how that works. And then one of the coolest changes over here, added a new war pet skill card quick upgrade feature. You can now quick upgrade 0-star and 1-star war pet skill card. You are guaranteed to receive your desired skill card after quick upgrading them. So I just showed you guys this in the previous, you know, a few minutes ago when I described it. You should be able to upgrade your skills now. This is awesome. Just collect them and then use them. So what you should do right now is as follows. If a lot of you are trying to build a Sapphire Frederick, you should be capturing a lot of Sapphire Frederick, because when you get those 0-star skills, you're going to turn them into 1-star directly from your inventory. So this is what this addition here means. It's going to be some good stuff, man. And then much more storage space, which is always welcome. I really like that. We have richer combat experience. We got blah, 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 blah. So many stuff here. Flying units getting boosted, especially those flying marksmen. They're going to be buffed. They'll be doing a lot of good stuff on the field. Now, I think it's good, but you know, the mage range is going to be awesome. Plus, we have many alliances with a lot of infantry. So yeah, mages are going to be shining next season. These buffs are nice, but it is time for the mages to take over. Let's just wait and see. One thing I dislike here is they gave marksmen more march speed. It's gonna suck if your mage is trying to run away from a Magrat Zeta. It's gonna chase you down and melt you. You won't be able to get away. So you're gonna need an infantry with you at all time. We're gonna keep this pushing. We got flying cavalry unit skill Eagle Strike. So they're gonna do more damage if there is no nearby legion. This kind of sucks, man. If you wanna bring like multiple flying cavalry, you cannot get this boost. Nah, this is terrible. It is just good if you're fighting by yourself. Just one flying unit. Not that cool. And one of the best changes is over here, guys. The Rattle Spear has been fixed. Previously, you would get stuck. People don't use the skill damage, the artifact skill damage of the Rattle Spear, because it keeps you in trouble. Keeps you stuck in one spot and you become a sandwich for your enemies. So right now you can, you know, move a little bit faster. So I think this is good. So number 4, new compatibility recommendations. Compatibility recommendations will be shown when selecting heroes, artifacts, and war pets in hero. War pets in the hero artifact and war pet screens. Okay, so this is something they took out of Age of Empires Mobile. In Age of Empires Mobile, they recommend how to pair up your heroes, how to pair up the rings, how to pair up the equipment. So I think they are getting some stuff from there, which is pretty nice. And yep, they have so many skills here they fixed in this skill. Now in this description says in-farm is for 3 seconds, but when you check out the report, the in-farm is only 2 seconds. So I think they're going to change that 3 seconds to 2 seconds. And then increase daily resource healing limit, increase daily resource healing limits, and yeah, that should be a good one. And improve the alliance system. Not gonna read that, don't need it. And then other improvement, new beginner migration feature. Oh, jumper accounts are coming to the game. And then added new auto explore and auto gather features. Guys, when you see these auto gather features, it does not mean you can send your legions out and they are just gonna, you know, gather. From what I heard, if you send your legion to a node, they will gather that node, come back to the city, and then go back and finish that node. So it does not go from one different node to another different node. Auto explore is going to be good because we are going into a new season. We don't have to explore. We're going to just send our scouts and get them to do the stuff for us. So there are so many things added in the game, so many good stuff. Just prepare properly and you should be ready. Me personally, I am excited. I cannot wait to try out this new update. Thank you guys for watching. If you're new, subscribe for more content. Until then, we shall meet again in the next one. Bye bye for now.